Our Lord says He's coming to fulfill all of the law, and down to the smallest letter, smallest part of a letter. Nothing will pass from the law until all have taken place. Therefore, whoever breaks one of the least of these commandments and teaches others to do so will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. Our Lord cares for the least things, the little things. It's amazing. God being infinite and huge, you could say, so to speak, cares about the small things, even the microscopic things. He cares even about men and we are really little in comparison to the rest of creation. God cares about the little things, and we should as well. He counts the hairs on our head. He tells us to be perfect as a Heavenly Father is perfect. To be perfect means to care for the little things, to care for all of the commandments, not just to pick and choose the commandments or the virtues that we want to practice, but all of them. As we say in religious life, to be a saint, we have to observe all of the rule, and we need to study it, and we need to be observant. And if we are perfectly observant, so to speak, we will be even canonizable if we observe all the rule, which doesn't mean to be legalistic or rigid, but to be flexible according to prudence and whatnot, but to care. And those who are striving for sanctity, those who are saints, who always will careful to observe all the commands of the Lord, careful to do everything to please Jesus down to the smallest details, to pray well, to even be concerned about our genuflections, our signs of the cross, the smallest prayers, our posture, the way even the words that we say, as our Lord said, even the smallest idle word will have to answer for. To be a saint means to be sort of meticulous in that way, careful about all that we do, down to the smallest things, a care, being diligent about fulfilling God's will, doing His will down to the smallest details. So as our Lord asked Our Lady to, enlighten us. We need to try to find even our hidden faults. We can't. The saints were very good at all the virtues. They didn't neglect anything. We can't neglect any virtues, as sort of is in the air today in the church, is that this sort of dissent from some teachings of the church. You can see it in the news. The newscasters, many of them who are Catholic, seem to think that it's okay to make exceptions to certain things, certain teachings of the church. Teachings of the church may be considered by them to be some old things that don't apply to today. But no, to be a true Catholic, to be a true Christian, is to observe all the commands. If we neglect or disagree with any of them, we subject all the teachings of the church to question. No, all the commands of God, all the teachings of the church must be observed down to the smallest detail, for the love of God. We're doing not to be legalistic, not to be rule-oriented, but to be observant to the commands of God, which are for our benefit, down to the smallest detail. Let's ask Our Lady to help us to be observant in that way, with great care and love for God in all of His commandments, down to the smallest detail.
Fructum ventris tuum.